Hello, welcome to Heathers Deux Vegas. I'm Heather Ashley.
And I'm Heather Nicole. Welcome to Vegas with all the beautiful babies.
Woo, pink babies.
Pink babies. We wear pink in October
We do, we do.
on Wednesday.
Absolutely. Well, we are kicking off an awesome show today, and as usual, we have so much to talk about. Some exciting celebrity news, reality TV, and of course, our Vegas adventure and all of the latest and greatest that's happening here in Sin City. But before we kick things off, I wanted to remind everybody you want more of us in your life. I know this. So we're here to help you. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. You can follow us and see all of our off camera antics, as well as some of the highlights of our show. Follow us at Heathers Deux Vegas, and that's Heathers, and Deux is spelled Deux, Vegas.
Always click like, click subscribe, leave a comment. We appreciate your feedback. Click follow. We're here for you. We want to hear what you have to say.
Yes. All right, let's get things started. Okay, we got to talk about P. Diddy again. I mean, he's dominating the headlines, right? Everybody is talking about this guy, and as well deserved. Just people are coming out of the woodwork. These lawsuits are piling up. The stories are just getting crazier and crazier out there. And I wanted to ask you because this came up in a conversation. You saw some video out there, something where Ben and J Lo they split because of her involvement, that she could be dragged back into all of what's going on with him, or tell me what you know.
That was actually the group chat, but I haven't seen that link, but I can tell you hot off the press what I just saw roll in. I was thinking to myself this whole time, they must have built a really good case, right? Because they've kind of like slept on charging him. So they charge him now, right? And in the last 24 hours, it comes out like 120 more allegations. But as I'm sitting here, I see it roll through. There's actually a video from that incriminates him, which was only a matter of time. I don't care how many NDAs you put out, there's gonna be a video, right? And I'm secretly going to send me the video.
We
I'm
won't
not
tell
gonna watch
anybody,
this.
I promise.
I'm not gonna watch this. I have not heard the JLo news. I don't put it past anyone for that to be true. I think I told you what I heard when I lived in LA when Big Boy was on the radio and they asked Diddy who was his craziest ex-girlfriend in bed, and he said J-Lo. I don't know if that's, good for her or bad for him or vice versa, bad for
Who
Ben.
knows? Well, I some wild stories I've been hearing. There's this one girl that was somehow involved with him, and he locked her in a car. It was winter time, I think in New York somewhere, and she had her cell phone on her. Thankfully, she was able to call her dad, and her dad drove a few states over somewhere in the East Coast, drove to basically rescue her out of this vehicle. And the dad went up and he confronted Diddy about it. And he basically said, kind of back off, or your daughter's not going to have a career. And I mean, these are just many crazy, these stories that are out there.
Well, you heard what Lance Bant said on Andy's show, right?
No, tell me.
He he said, that Diddy was told Justin to get rid of the other four, and that was
Oh, yeah, Lance
Lance
Bass. Yeah.
being nice about it.
Yeah. No, that was,
So I'm sure
yeah, people are,
he's just
brave.
been an unregulated,
Mhm.
opinion. Almost, I hate to say it, kind of like Kevin Spacey, but
Yeah.
no one says no.
You know, here's the mystery I want to solve is how did we go from a week ago to it being vials of lube to now it being called baby oil? I'm at a loss. What I am thinking is, this is his team kind of trying to soften this whole thing, which absolutely for sure. And I'm thinking I was almost at the store and I thought, if I were to have a tube of lube and a bottle of baby oil, those are two kind of very different things. I feel, I mean,
Yeah, one the
similar.
cashier looks at, the other one the cashier doesn't.
I,
One you can just ring out solo, the rest you got to buy 50 items to hide it, and she still catches it.
yeah, I mean, they're kind of related, like maybe second, fourth cousin related, but you know, there that is completely changing the perspective of that whole situation. So I
The
just,
soft launch of his own product.
yeah, laughing. And I mean, I'm glad, Costco did clear up that they do not sell baby oil. So
Oh, I didn't hear that.
his attorney was kind of went on record saying that, well, his houses are located near Costco's, so it could make sense that he's
Oh, I did
buying
see
in
that.
bulk. And Costco came out and they're like, don't get us involved in this. We don't even sell baby oil.
Guys, Costco needs no help.
Yeah,
The line is around the block.
yeah, they're like,
Don't know why you need 10 of anything ever,
yeah, they're like, we don't
except
advertise
for
and we
shoes.
don't need this advertising. Thank you. Thank you. No, ma'am. So, oh my gosh. So, like putting our show together, I was I was kind of like getting spooked out. I was, between, Freaky Diddy and the Menendez Monsters. I was just like, whoo, I feel like we're kicking off October to it's a scary one. I mean, so we'll see how much scarier it gets, but that show, the Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, my goodness, I just so drawn in on
Hmm.
so many levels. The acting was impeccable.
Yes.
It just took me right back to that time. I mean, we're and growing up in Southern California and seeing,
Hmm.
all of the locations and the cars and the streets and the fashion, the music. It was just so interesting. And at that time, you know, they're older than us, but I do remember that case happening and kind of seeing them on TV. But to really like kind of see this the way it's depicted was just fascinating.
I love anything by, in the American Horror Story or the Crime Story. I love that producer. I find myself thinking, why are they both so hot? The actors, because they were.
Yeah.
They definitely were aware of the choice they made when they cast them. Did you think either one of the brothers was a better actor, or did one stand out to you?
I thought just everybody was equally amazing. I mean, even just people who were in the supporting roles, like the mistress of the psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
She was just,
Jude.
yeah, Jula.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. The woman that played Leslie Abrams. Oh my goodness! I thought, even just memories of seeing her a little bit on TV, kind of over the years was just fantastic. So I couldn't really, I can't say more about this series. It was just fabulous, and you know,
Yeah, it was well done.
bringing Milli Vanilli back into our
I was
lives
just gonna say that. I know.
was, as a matter of,
Look, they just admitted that they lip synced. Everyone else does it.
oh yeah, yeah, I know it's that was
My album
controversial.
comes out next week. My album comes out.
You heard it here first, people.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Um, yeah, so such a great show. And speaking of shows, I guess that may not ever be happening here in Vegas, because we got some haters out there. I don't know if you know. Green Day, they they've been banned from playlists by two radio stations here for hating on Vegas. And you know what? I say, God bless. You're going to hate on Vegas. Guess what? We're going to hate on you. And you're not welcome.
Right.
The Heathers say you are
Because we
not welcome.
know it takes two shows to be considered a residency. So my residency will be out in 2 weeks. Two shows and it's a residency. No
Um,
residencies for you, Green Day.
yeah. So you heard, so the front man of Green Day, he was on stage doing a show, I guess in the Bay Area, and ranting, cursing about Vegas for being the new home of the Oakland Athletics. And yeah, so the
He could
two
have picked something better to be mad about.
exactly, and so the two radio stations, they purged Green Day from their playlists.
I think it runs deeper than that. He's pretty well known for his alcoholism.
Oh yeah, the front man, the lead,
Mm-hmm.
Billy Joe Armstrong, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't worry, I'm not rushing out to see them or play any of their songs.
I will say I didn't know they still had current songs, but hot guys go to those kind of shows.
Oh.
We got to go to Pearl Jam.
But now that
Make a note.
you're gonna be performing, you know,
Yeah.
hot guys can migrate over to your shows.
I don't think Pearl Jam's gonna let me open for them.
So wait, I gotta ask you. So, do hot guys get a discount to your residency? You get the hot
Yes.
guy discount,
Yes. Which means how tall does he have to be?
which means I get to judge whether they're the hot guy or not.
Oh.
They need the Heather Ashley stamp of approval.
Woo. That might not be easy for them to get in.
Mama's burning up over here. Okay. All right. Speaking of hot guys, someone that's on the market, I think, apparently, Kristin Cavalleri's now
Yes.
ex-boyfriend,
Mhm.
Mark Estes. So he's 24. I mean, that's
Mhm.
right in your age demographic. And
Thank you. I'm gonna cry.
so 24, she's like 36, 37. They were dating
Mhm.
for 7 months. And so she went on our podcast to let the world know that sadly she had to break up with him,
Mhm.
so that he could experience more life experience. And so he's out there, he's running. Montana Boy is out in the wild running around.
She just did a favor for him, right? I
She
wonder if
feels
there's a
she did.
contract to that relationship.
Yeah.
She
I
did.
think she did his mom a favor.
He's gonna be able to have a residency here. His mom. They'll have a residency, and we're going. We are going.
I can only imagine what that's going to be like.
I can't imagine. I can.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen their TikTok videos.
Crazy. So, other crazy
No
news.
DMs.
Yeah. Other crazy news. Lana Del Rey, uh, she married I'm calling him the Gator Dundee. And so
Okay.
he runs a alligator boat tour on a bayou. I guess that's how they met. And so fell in love, and now they got married. And
Is there a dating app for that?
oh,
Like
yeah,
Bayou matching,
the Bayou Boys. We
Gator love.
we need to come up with that.
What was that? How'd she end up there?
Some
Did she have a
I don't know.
show date?
She was interested in seeing some gators,
She had,
and there he
she
was.
had to open for Green Day. She had to open for Green Day. That never happens to me. I've never met a guy in the swamp. There's still time though.
There's still some like,
We'll
there's
do
some
it.
good ones out there.
I mean, if we do our New Orleans trip, I don't think the swamps are close to town,
They're not far
which makes
away.
it even more weird.
They are not far. I will tell you that. It
Okay.
won't take long to get to a bayou in New Orleans. So, well, from bayous to Salt Lake City, let's jump into our reality bite segment. All right, so
My favorite.
we are into Salt Lake City. We're in episode 2 or 3 at this point, and man, these girls they're all showing up. They are earning their paychecks. I feel like right out the gate, and they're delivering. What are you
They
thinking
are.
about it?
It's what I need from OC. I need an argument. I need an inappropriately used tone of voice in a restaurant. It's a requirement. You cannot use a library voice in a restaurant. Actually, I don't know why we don't see other people looking at the tables. We must cut that out. I need a stylist. You know how I feel about that. I don't know if Meredith just looks for suits, but she still looks great every time you see her.
Yeah. I,
Lisa
I
looks
was
good.
What do you think of Bronwyn? We got to know her a little bit more this episode. They're showing the inside of her house and all her very artsy, eclectic furniture. And I was dying because she had her interior designer come over and he walks
Hmm.
in and he's like, even he's kind of making fun of her. It's like, would you buy everything in the store? What's going on
Hmm.
in here? I
One
thought,
stop
oh my
shop.
God, thank God I'm not the only one thinking this.
I love it. I don't know if you've really noticed, but when a new housewife comes on, they almost speak more timidly, and she is coming in flat voice, strong voice, confident voice.
Hmm.
The new one on New York was kind of talking quietly because she doesn't have her Real Housewife floaties off yet.
Yeah.
I think you have to get in a fight first before they come off. Like her, I love Bronwyn. Show me a look, have a little kook to you.
Yeah, she definitely
Sign me up.
she's got a kook factor. And then so her husband is 26 years older than her.
Hmm.
And wow, I mean that's an age difference. 26 or 28 years older. Could you
Just
ever
a
do
number.
that?
I don't know.
That's
Older or younger?
I'd say older. Let's just say older.
I don't know. Women need a conversation. I need a conversation. If we can't find a middle ground, like what do we do in between?
Hmm. There's always baby oil.
Yeah, right? I do have to say though, she's got to be the only housewife, if not the only one with shorter hair.
Yeah, I think that's refreshing. I like that. I like her look. Yeah, I do like that look. I think it's chic and polished and very
Yes.
fitting for her personality. So I am
Yes.
enjoying that. You know, I don't care for like so much flamboyance, but yeah, that's clearly what she's into. Um, and then I'm struggling with this one, with Mary, because I mean, she makes one nasty, rude comment after the other to people, and is she still a church leader or not? I'm confused because I can't imagine you're on TV being this rude and
But I
you're
would
leading a
say there was
church.
some deep, deep negotiations that went into that contract, right? 'Cause she sat in the car the entire last season.
Yeah.
So they must have put that they're not going to mention what she does, or because her
Mhm.
confessionals are funny to me.
Yeah.
When she's in front of someone and she's like, I don't like you, I don't think anyone should talk to anyone that way.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
And then this,
Confessionals, A plus.
yeah, she has good confessionals. Yeah, I give it to her on that. So Brittany is one of the new girls, and I think she's stumbling around trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, it's like the lights are off, and she's stumbling around this room trying to figure out her footing. I think she goes into a scene like she's got it all painted out in her head, what's going to happen, what she's going to say, and then it all goes haywire on her. And in that one scene where they're all sitting after the ropes adventure, and giving a toast about how she's become Instagram official with her boyfriend, and then everybody,
They
everybody,
were at Costco.
everybody, right? And all roads lead to Costco. And they all look at the post and they're like, no, you're not Instagram official. And
Hmm.
it was just such an awkward moment and so weird.
Yeah.
And I mean, I agree with the other ladies, um, you know, their conclusion on the whole thing. But I guess, it's like, what needs to happen for people to feel like something's Instagram official? Is it you need to have a ring? you need to say, oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend? I mean, does it need to be an exact declaration?
I think that in this day and age, first of all, you know how I feel about a man having social media over a certain age. Don't do it. But I just think for him to post a woman on his Instagram is Instagram official to a woman.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be anything other than she made it to the actual gram. Because boys don't go back and take it down, okay?
Okay, wait. So what are you saying? That let's say a guy reaches 40 and he needs to just like close all of his social media accounts?
No, if you have them, you have them. But you know, we didn't grow up with social media, so if you don't have them, don't get one.
Okay. But I mean, you know, along the way, some of them
If
picked
you
it up.
have them, you have them. Yeah,
And then, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Orange County. This was a good episode this past week with there's just a lot. I felt like there's just a lot of meat on this bone. Um, I have very two particular people that I really want to lean into on in this episode. But what did you think of it first?
Why am I drawing a blank on this episode? I don't remember it, so it did not stand. You know how I feel about it? It's my least favorite. Refresh me on what happened.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just because I'm gonna kind of go on a little bit of a rant on Emily, which
Go
I
for it.
know you like, and I've always liked her, and I still like her in many ways, but she's doing things each episode to make me dislike her more and more.
Hmm.
And so she's been leaning into this, this fat girl victim
Hmm.
storyline. And right, so as we all know, she's been a heavier girl compared to the other women on the show.
Hmm.
She's now she was on the show for at least 2 seasons, right, in her heavier weight. And now
Hmm.
she's okay. So she didn't just pop on camera and go, "Oh my gosh, look at me. I look camera adds 50 pounds, not 15." Right. So she's been on TV for some time. So she's kind of figured out, right, how to lose a bit of weight. She looks she looks better. She's still in truth, heavier than the other girls. And she is upset about, feeling fat shamed because she's been given a size 12 dress, where the other same dress was a size 4 for a woman who is a size 4. And
Hmm.
crying and wailing and having a fit about it. But yet, she is doing lingerie photo shoots for her husband, where
I
on
like it
national
though.
television, this woman is wearing
I
lingerie
like the dichotomy.
and a G-string and posing for photos. She then
Uh-huh.
in another scene, she's in a thong and think just holding her breasts. Did she have a top on? I can't remember. Getting a
I didn't
spray
mind it.
tan. She's getting a spray tan in her backyard and then proceeds
Yeah.
to bend over. And look, I had to cover my eye. My dog was covering her eyes. And I am not, what I am shaming, this is what I am shaming because I've had this happen. And look, I've been the Emily in life. So I feel like I'm so justified in what I am saying. And I have no problem with it because I had been that girl. But you can't tell me you're going to be on national television bending over in a thong getting a spray tan in your backyard, but then you're going to go and cry and be upset feeling like people are going to fat shame you. Girl, you have no problem with yourself. No
Do you
problem.
think that was
Don't.
produced?
So she needs something for attention. And
Yeah,
you
you don't
know
think that was
it's not
suggested by the
it's not
producer?
right. It's just not right to do that to people. This is like in situations where, like you and I had been in a situation where, you're in a conversation with another around other women, and you're like, oh, gosh, I went on this my vacation and I just, feel like I gained 10 pounds, and the next thing you know, the woman next to you is like, oh my God, she's talking about me. Oh, I'm being fat shamed. It's like, what? Talking about myself. Like, no, has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but it's just, you see my point here.
I see it. We don't hang out with people like that because we don't, neither one of us are like that. So that, interpret things as being said about
Mm-hmm.
us behind our back. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's not in our
She
bubble.
clearly has no issue with her body, or seems to have a body image issue. So then
Hmm.
don't turn around and then make somebody else on the cast feel bad claiming you have a body image issue. That's all I'm
Right.
saying. Tamra.
Yep.
Yeah, here's another one. They were all outside having the dinner at Katie, the new girl's house.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Okay.
It was boring.
And and Tamra, she's just starts acting like a mess as usual, and can't do anything but starts screaming at poor Ryan, Jen's
But that's
boyfriend.
you're at a dinner table. You have to scream. You're on TV.
Not the way she does, not necessarily. There've been much more interesting fights at dinner tables than when she starts screaming at the top of her lungs. And it's like one thing to scream at your significant other because you think they're out there cheating on you, but to scream at your friend's boyfriend because
I think
he's
that there's another lawsuit that was filed
yeah.
against her.
Yeah.
Another defamation.
Yeah, so she was on Watch What Happens Live, and she wanted to get in a little zinger on Ryan, and she stated that her and Eddie sell more of their vitamins than what Ryan stole from the MLB player.
Mm.
More or less is what she said. And so, yeah, he then filed a lawsuit against her. So I've had enough of Tammy Sue. I really, really like she's like a rinse and repeat
I
kind.
like that Tamara's a straight shooter, Emily's a straight shooter. I like that. I do not think Heather's a straight shooter. I think she's passive aggressive. Don't like it.
Well, she can be
Like
a
her, don't
shooter.
like passive aggressive.
I've seen her be a straight shooter.
Mm-mm. She's the Lisa Vanderpump of that cast.
Well, a lot of people think she's just trying to get onto, Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Yeah.
I mean, good for her. So, all right. So we have some Las Vegas updates I wanted to share with you. So there's this new festival coming to downtown. Have you heard of this?
Which one?
So it's called the Neon City Festival, and it's November 22nd through 24th, which is the same weekend as the
The
F1
race. Hmm.
race, which is around the Strip area and then kind of adjacent. But anyway, this event, this Neon City Festival, is free. So it's downtown Las Vegas. They have bands like Neon Trees, Russell Dickerson, Alice in Wonderland, and more. And I think it's not only just bands, but there's kind of like a whole interactive thing going on where, it's a kind of a full festival vibe. But I mean, I thought what a smart move on downtown Las Vegas's part to
Hmm.
have and being free and, give people something else to do. Because a
Hmm.
lot of locals feel robbed that they can't even go anywhere near the Strip, during that weekend or, really week before, week after, practically surrounding the F1 race. So
Hmm.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Except for I have F1
Ec-
tickets.
Absolutely. Well, so we were super excited when we saw New Kids on the Block announced a residency coming up. So that's one of
8 shows.
our favorites. Yeah, so they're going to be at Dolby Live at MGM, at Park MGM.
Love that theater. Hmm.
And they're going, it's just next year, June through November of next year for New Kids on the Block. So that'll be really exciting. And another one of our favorites, Pitbull,
Hmm.
coming back. So his residency is called After Dark, and it will be at Fountain Blue. It's November through March. And I mean, that man does not ever disappoint. And I think this was a really, really smart move on Fountain Blue's part to get someone like Pitbull who can really bring in a spectrum of people to that
Hmm.
property. I I haven't been into the nightclub venue there or the theater venue because every time I look at who is performing there, I feel like I have no idea who they are. I'm sure somebody does. I personally don't. But Pitbull is fantastic and high energy. So just such a fun, positive show. And I know the
Hmm.
times that I've seen him, the audience age ranges are just
It's true.
you know off the chart. So it's just he really appeals to so many different people. So welcome Pitbull, Mr. 305.
Keep Fountain Blue open. Keep Fountain Blue open.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, we want to see them. Want to see them alive and well.
Beautiful property.
Yeah, it is. Well, we had a really great time at Ice Cube the other weekend.
We did.
Yeah. So we saw Ice Cube the other weekend at the M Resort. It was outside at their pool theater area. And it was great, really, well attended. A lot of people there.
Packed.
It was packed. He sounded great, I thought. I
He
mean,
sounded great.
sang all of his hits. So, that was fantastic. He kind of had a lot going on the stage as well. It wasn't just him. He had, kind of a whole crew up there. And yeah, I enjoyed it. What'd you think?
I mean, I've been to a couple times. I love an outdoor concert anytime. 24-year-old, or would you say 24 years older? I'll take either one. But they just oversold. They had too many people. If you're gonna have that many people and then have that long of a wait for drinks, there was really nowhere to stand. It was still a blast, but I've never seen that venue sold out like that.
Yeah.
Even when I saw Journey there, it was just they could have cut back on what, 500 of the people that were there.
There were a lot of people. Yeah, I agree. And this is where, we're going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly of Vegas events and venues.
We ended up dipping a little early because it was too packed.
Yeah, it was a lot of people could have cut that back. I mean, if you were a super fan, I would say you would definitely have needed to buy seats up at the front of the stage
Hmm.
and not have general admission. They had it looked as though they sold their cabanas that were out there as
Hmm.
like kind of like a VIP situation. I don't know when they did that or
Perfect weather.
where they did that, but yeah, so it was definitely packed. And then the other thing that I know has been a common complaint at that venue is at the bar the beverage selection is limited. So they tend to use like lower end liquors, and you don't have a lot of selection. So you're
Look, the concert today was a good day, but the next day, my mama had a headache. I
I
needed to
hear
go to
that.
7-Eleven. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it was Pedialyte the next day, not
Right.
gin and juice. Oh, sorry, that might be the wrong. Maybe that's Snoop. Sorry. Oh goodness. All right. Well, either way, it's fun to be at an outdoor concert venue. So
Yes,
yeah.
the best. Yeah.
Well, that does it for us this week. So until next time, don't do
Don't.
anything we wouldn't do.